Okay, back to the VTX upgrade. So this is part two. We're going to do the fine tuning of the carb. So a couple quick things to note. I'm going to go ahead while I got her apart. I'm going to replace these top aluminum screws for the top side and the bottom side here to hold on the bowl. Notice when I took that all apart, they're aluminum. They want to strip out pretty easy. So I just went to Home Depot and bought some stainless steel replacement screws. That way they won't rust, and if I got to take her apart again to do any more adjustment, I won't strip them out. Last thing we're going to do is install this air fuel adjusting rod that comes from a place called Glenn's VTX Garage. So the idea here is it replaces the existing air fuel needle, which looks like this. That sits up on the back side of this carburetor, which you can't really even see until you take it apart. The idea being when you put the new one, it hangs down right by the throttle control, and you can adjust the airflow carb without too much work involved. So let me get that installed. I pulled the plugs out of the heads too, just to clean them off. Going to put some anti-seize on those. Got them nice and cleaned up, and that way we'll be ready to roll. See you in a bit. Alright, all installed. You can see how that adjustment just dangles on down here, just like the throttle adjustment. So with the rest of it back together, and we'll tune it. Quick note on the plugs. Like I said, I was pulled out the plugs, used the torch routine where you burn out that carbon. Comes out pretty much like a new plug. I'm going to install them after I put a little anti-seize on them to make sure they'll be able to come out easier next time I need to do that. Okay, motorcycle fans, we're getting real close here. So as I had mentioned earlier on, I went ahead and I had to replace those top side screws on the carb, top and bottom. This is the beginning of the face of the Cobra power flow. So glad I did, because after I put it together and tried to tune it, that needle and main jet just weren't right. It wasn't getting the power and the feel I needed. So if you read the manual on it, you know, it gives you a stock recommendation, but every bike's going to be a little different. So at the end of the day, for me, doing that stage 3 upgrade with the power flow, I end up being on the fourth notch position on the needle, and I use the Dynajet, the 200 for the main. You can see I've got that installed for the fine air and fuel mixture. So it that sounds the best, less getting on the road and trying to do it, which isn't going to happen tonight because, yeah, it's raining. Welcome to winter. So let me fire it up. I've got it pretty well warmed up. Couple quick notes. When you go to do the tuning, you got to really warm it up good. I like to put that housing for the air filter on just so you can seat the house in, put the air filter on it so it simulates just how she's put back together. And then the recommendation is, after it's completely warm, and in my case, this is a liquid-cooled bike, so the fan will actually come on. I'm going to go ahead and dial that idle down to about 900, and then you just listen and just use that airflow right there, that adjustment, quarter turn or even a half at most. The recommendation was about 3.5. I think I ended up at like 3 3/4, and she sounded pretty good. So let me fire it up. I'll give you a listen. You'll see what I mean. Then I'll put the rest of the cool stuff on. Hold on. Oh yeah, she's cooling down. So that's at 900 RPMs. I generally run my idle. It's a little higher than that, maybe around 1,000 at most. So you'd have to let this thing totally warm up, and then all you do is give a listen. Make sure she's not stumbling too bad. If you can hear that or not. It sounded pretty solid. Like I say, I usually run my idle up a hair. Right around, just just shy of 1,000. Yep, there's the fan. Alrighty, so let me button it back up. Next thing, we'll have to get her out on the road and really see if it's where we want her to be. The only thing I could think is maybe I go to a 210 instead of 200, but the only way to know that is to get up and try to go through the gears. I'll let you know once we do the test drive. Alright, here we go, the final episode of that modification that we did. If you take a quick shot at the pipes for me. So these are the Cobra slip-ons. I've got the Cobra Power Flow and rejetted the carb. So finished things up this morning. Do a little test drive here. I did have to fine tune on the road. This will be the test to just hear what it sounds like. These projects kind of evolve as you go. End up replacing the back tire, remounted the bags, hard mount this time. So let's give a listen and see what you think.